Hey everybody, what's going on? P Bigfoot on Gaming here, and just like we did last year, we're going to do it again this year. We're going to go ahead and do a playoff predictions. As you can see, last year did not go so well. But if you guys don't know me, I'm a big football guy. I'm a big Chiefs fan. I've been ever since I was pretty much born. I've been in the fan since Brodie Croyle, Jamal Charles, Priest Holmes, Willis Shields, Trent Green, Dante Hall, just a couple of others, but love the Chiefs, and they're number one right now. It's awesome. We went 6-0 in the division. It's awesome. Anyways, we're going to talk about football, and we're going to talk about who's going to be winning and why I think that, and you guys can roast me in the comments. So, there's that. Anyways, we're going to go in order of the games that are going to be played out. Of course, I can't know the next games because those technically aren't out yet, and they're to be determined after this round. But we'll go ahead and do the wild card first. And the first game in that wild card is going to be Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The Seahawks barely got in after pulling off the overtime win against the Rams, which I was really hoping the Seahawks would lose so we could see, maybe Detroit or even the Packers here in this slot at 7. But unfortunately, it was the Seahawks. Seahawks looked good early on, but then they kind of fell off a cliff. Kenneth Walker is great. Geno Smith is Geno Smith. He had a fantastic year, probably, in my opinion, the comeback player of the year, as well as, DK Metcalf is DK Metcalf, and the Tyler Lockett is Tyler Lockett. But I just don't think they can win against San Francisco. San Francisco's got a really good team. Brock Purdy is going to get his first, NFL, playoff game, and he's going to do very, very well. I think he's done well the past couple of weeks, and I think that's where he's going to do very, very good in. He has a very talented offense, and they're just going to destroy through the Seattle defense. Even though I don't think he's going to get Rookie of the Year, but Woolen, I think it's not going to be him. I think it's going to be Sauce Gardner. I think Sauce Gardner is going to come Rookie of the Year, or Defensive Rookie of the Year, I should say. But, yeah. Anyways, the second game on Saturday, the late game, I guess, on Saturday, is going to be the Jags and the Chargers. Now, this game is a toss-up. The Jags have been doing very, very well the last couple of weeks, although they did have a scare against the Titans, but the Titans always give teams, a little bit harder of games, in my opinion. But we shall see. The Chargers, however, are coming in hurt. Mike Williams is probably not going to play. Keenan Allen has been injured most of the season. Austin Eckler, surprisingly, has not been hurt. Although I think he got hurt once this year. I can't really remember, though. But Justin Herbert is Justin Herbert. He got into the playoffs even though with half of his wide receivers being hurt. And their defense is actually kind of decent with their front four. Especially with Joe Bosa being back, but then again, he did leave last game with an injury. The Jaguars, however, have a really decent defense. If their offense, if Trevor Lawrence can do good without turning the ball over, I think the Jaguars can win this game. But that's the one thing, is turnovers. The Chargers win because of that. I think they're going to get a win over the Jaguars, and we're going to see how it goes. Because if the Jaguars don't make any turnovers, they have a good shot of getting the win. Chargers defense does give up a lot of yards and a lot of points. I mean, they just lost to Denver, but then again, they're having some second strings because they didn't really have a place to go. They didn't. If they lost, they can move up. They couldn't move up. They couldn't move down. So there's that. All right, Bengals Ravens. Sorry, that's not the next scene. It's Dolphins and Bills. I'm just going to be dead honest. The Bills should steamroll the Dolphins. Tua, at the time of this video, has been already ruled out. So it's going to be Skylar Thompson against the Bills secondary, which honestly, if this was early on in the season, I could see the Dolphins winning. But the Bills secondary is starting to get healthy. Micah Hyatt's coming off IR. Tre'Davious White is there. And the Bills offense with Josh Allen is insane. Honestly, if I wasn't a Chiefs fan, I'd be rooting for the Bills. Be dead honest. Josh Allen is just that good of a player. Like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, just to name the top 3 quarterbacks in the AFC, in my opinion. Lamar Jackson is also up there. That's kind of where I sit. Justin Herbert's also up there as well. It's like I can't really put them like 1 through 5 because they're all good at one thing that others aren't good at. Like, you know, Mahomes and Josh Allen have really good arm talent, where as Lamar and Justin Herbert, and Lamar has good, he can run compared to a couple. And Josh Allen can also run, and Joe Burrow is, he's cool in the pocket and everything. But yeah, I think the Bills are going to destroy the Dolphins here in this game. There's no chance I think the Dolphins have a shot now that Tua's out. If Tua had a chance to play, I could see him playing, but I just don't see him. Especially after being ruled out, I don't think there's a chance for them to win this game. Next game on Sunday, January 15th at 3:30. I guess 2:30 for the East Coast. Because I guess I'm in Central Time, so everything's Central Time. But whatever. Is the Giants and Vikings. If we're talking about early on the season, I'd go Vikings all day. But Kirk Cousins is starting to turn into like the old Kirk Cousins and turn the ball over a lot. They're the first team ever to win 14 games and have a negative differential. That's insane to even hear. The Giants are back in the playoffs for the first time in a long time. If the Giants can get the run game going and hold the ball so the Vikings can't do anything, I think the Giants can win this game. I think they can. In my opinion, 100% they can. And that's why I think the Vikings are going to win. Vikings can easily beat up on the Giants if they want to. Now, granted, if Kirk Cousins turns the ball over a lot of times, that's not going to happen. So, there's that. We'll say Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, T.J. Hawkinson should have a field day against the Giants. We shall see if Kirk Cousins can actually throw him the ball, if the offensive line can actually block for him. That's the key thing. The last game of the AFC is on Sunday night with Baltimore and the Bengals. Bengals are the AFC champions from last season, which was a very big surprise. I did not expect them to go that far, especially beating the Chiefs in Arrowhead. But, they're obviously, I think they're going to win. It all depends on Lamar Jackson's, health going into that. We don't know if he's playing or not. I don't know. No one knows if Lamar Jackson playing. If he's playing, there's, I think, the line might go a little bit, closer to the Ravens side, especially when the Bills and, Dolphins. I think it was 10.5. Now it's all of a sudden 14, I believe, for the Bills. I could be wrong on that, but last time I think I saw. Same thing with the Ravens. I don't know the exact line on it right now, but I think if Lamar doesn't play, the line's going to go more to the Bengals and everything. I think the Bengals win. So AFC, Buffalo over Miami, Bengals over Ravens, and then the Chargers over the Jags. Monday night football, Cowboys and Bucks. Now, Cowboys going into it, not looking good. They got demolished by Washington of all teams. And the Bucks haven't looked good all year. This one is honestly one of the tougher games, along with the Chargers and Jags, just for a completely different reason. Now, these two teams, very, very good coming in. These two teams, very, very bad coming in. So, the Cowboys had a chance to take the 1 seed away and couldn't do it. Of course, the 49ers won, the Vikings won, so there was that. But, anywho. It didn't care if the Vikings won, but whatever. Cowboys couldn't win the game that they needed to win, and it showed. It could be another Cowboys situation where they're one and done again, just like last season. I honestly think if the Cowboys come out firing, they're going to demolish the Bills. If they don't, or the Bucks. If the Bucks come out, and hold the Cowboys, I think the Bucks can win. But I honestly think the Cowboys are going to go off. They're going to, remember that game last week against the Commanders and come out on all cylinders against the Bucks. I think they win the first game. We'll kind of see what happens after that, but that's the first round. That's in the wild card round. So now let's see in the divisional round. Now, of course, we don't know exactly who's going to be where and what, but besides the point. We're going to start in the AFC, Bills and Bengals. This one is a really tough game to figure out. Because unfortunately, the game got canceled last time. And it's very, very happy to hear that Damar Hamlin is okay. He's out of the hospital, which that's really good to hear. It was really scary after what happened on the field and having everyone. It was very, very scary. So we're gonna get the rematch of that in the divisional round. With how both teams were playing and both teams were moving the ball, the Bengals got a field goal, forced a field goal out of the Bills. I honestly think the Bengals can upset Buffalo in Buffalo. Now, granted, here's the thing. In my opinion, since they canceled the game, this should be a neutral site game. I don't know why it's a home game for Buffalo. It doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. I don't know why it will be a home game for the Bills. It should be a neutral site game, but it's not going to be. It's going to be in Buffalo if Buffalo wins, of course, on that day. So we shall see. Anywho, Chiefs and Chargers. The Chargers are 0-2 against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs this season. They're going to be 0-3. Kansas City just have the Chargers number all times. Of course, there was that game in 2018 when they went to overtime, or just before overtime, and won. But I just don't think that's going to happen, especially in the playoffs. Andy Reid has really good, at least in the first round that they play, especially coming off a bye. They do really good. I just don't think they lose the Chargers, especially in a game that they need to win. But the Chargers could pull off the upset. It just depends how healthy they are going into Kansas City. That's my only thing. Kansas City has a week to rest up. The Chargers do not. I think the Chiefs get healthy enough then to beat the Chargers and do along that. NFC side. I'm going to start with the Vikings and 49ers. The Vikings are going to be one and done. They're going to win in divisional or win in the wild card. Not be the 49ers. The 49ers defense roughs people up. And I think the 49ers can easily beat the Vikings, especially in the playoffs. The 49ers defense is amazing. Their offense is amazing too with Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle, as well as Deebo Samuel. That offense is just crazy. Vikings have a good offense as well with Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. But I just think Brock Purdy is going to go into the conference championship game in his first half season with the 49ers. Other divisional round game, we're going to have an NFC East matchup between the Eagles and Cowboys. And we all know the Cowboys won the last time they faced the Eagles. But the Eagles did not have Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is going to be that key factor that the Eagles need. But the Cowboys' defense is very, very good. But the Eagles' offense is even better. It's going to be the Eagles over the Dallas Cowboys to go into the conference championship to face the 49ers. This one's a hard game to pick, just because the divisional game, anything can happen. But I think the Eagles will win and move on to the conference championship. Now we're going to have a rematch of the AFC Championship game again of last season with the Chiefs and the Bengals. The Chiefs and the Bengals, the Bengals were 3-0 against Kansas City last year. 3-0, which is just insane that, Mahomes has yet to beat Burrow, and Burrow is undefeated against Mahomes. Granted, it's not like that. It's like the defenses, but still. Anyways. Will this be the time that the Chiefs can, fight off the demons and actually beat the Bengals? They were up big by halftime and then left the foot off the gas and then eventually lost in overtime. The Bengals have beaten them twice in the regular season by 3 and in the playoffs by 3. So it's been close games. If it's a shootout, it's going to be Kansas City. But it's going to be a close game. And I think finally, I'm joking. It's not going to happen. The Bengals are going to go back to the Super Bowl, upset Kansas City. I feel like Kansas City, the only team they can lose to is the Bengals. The Bills, the Bills game last season was amazing to watch. Amazing game. Even if you're on both sides, I think you can't really say. 13 seconds, you get in a field goal range. That's just insane. I think the Chiefs' kryptonite is the Bengals. The Chiefs and Bills game would be awesome to watch again. I think the Chiefs would be able to win that. Even though going into it, they lost in the regular season twice, but they end up beating the Bills in the playoffs when it matters. I think the Bengals can beat the Chiefs. They've shown that they can do it in the playoffs. They can show they do it in the regular season. They can do it again. That's where I think my Kansas City Chiefs will be able to lose. And the NFC, the Niners and the Eagles. The Niners, again, good defense against a really good offense of the Eagles. And CMC, George Kittle, I think can destroy that Eagles offense. I'm going to go San Francisco 49ers going to get a chance to go to the Super Bowl to face the Bengals. Defense wins championships. Brock Purdy and, the San Francisco 49ers are going to go to the Super Bowl. Who thought that would have happened? But I think the defense will carry the San Francisco 49ers into the Super Bowl. Now, last but not least, the Bengals versus the Niners in the Super Bowl. Bengals going back to the Super Bowl to try to win it this time. And then the 49ers to try to win it since 2019 when they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. Both offensive, the Bengals have the advantage offensively, in my opinion. Better quarterback over Brock Purdy. If this was Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance, obviously it's going to be a separate story. I mean, Brock Purdy is good nonetheless. He's very, very good. But can he keep his win streak going to go into the playoffs and all the way to the Super Bowl? Who knows? Bengals have the experience to go into a Super Bowl because they faced the Rams last season. Unfortunately got beat. But I think that's going to happen again. The San Francisco 49ers defense is too good, especially against the offensive line of the Bengals. If the Bengals fall, it's going to be the Niners. And that's where I think it's going to happen. I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl over the Bengals. That is it. Tell me I think I did. Down in the description box, or not what in the world? Tell me how I did down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of what's going to happen, or if I got one wrong, or if I'm just stupid. Either way, you guys can let me know. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I do love doing these every year, so look forward. I'm also going to probably do a mock draft. I don't know. I'm not very good at those, but we might do one just because. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to be out. Appreciate y'all for watching. Anyways, y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.